And welcome back to everyone on the rest of the another edition of Smackdown Out of 10, and we're just over a week away from King and Queen of the Ring, so most of this week's segments are related to building up for the card. Obviously lots of qualifying matches, and we also had a contract signing between Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes, but we started things off with the Queen of the Ring, and it was Bianca Belair against Tiffany Stratton. But Smackdown opened up the video hyping both tournaments. Both of these women pride themselves combining on power and agility, so this was very physical and features a lot of fast-paced action that highlights their strengths. Stratton has continued to get more confident with each performance, and Belair works well with almost anyone. The EST is as over as any babyface in WWE, and Stratton always plays a great heel, so the crowd was reacting to almost everything. The bout went back and forth with both competitors coming close to winning a handful of times before Belair hit the KOD for the win. She continued selling her injured leg after the match was over, so that will likely carry for her next bout. So I thought this was really good. 7 out of 10, a good win. Belair getting the win obviously makes sense, but I think Stratton with Belair selling that injury also comes off looking pretty good here. So yeah, I thought this was pretty decent. Before it's time for LA Knight against Tama Tonga, and yeah, the Bloodline were at ringside. Tonga tried to rush Knight after the opening bell, but the Megastar saw it coming and loaded with some jabs. Lower and Sikoa provided some distractions to allow Tama Tonga to take control. They made this look like a tough fight for Knight, so made his eventual comeback will get an even bigger reaction. Despite being in control, Knight ended up losing when Sikoa distracted him long enough for Tonga to hit a flatliner for the win. And yeah, I thought this was really good. It gets 7 out of 10 from me. A brilliant match. I think Tonga looking like a beast here. The Bloodline yeah, probably looking as dangerous and as brutal as they ever have done. LA Knight, unfortunately, at the receiving end. But I think, you know, in a way, with the numbers odds, it was always going to go against him. But yeah, moving on then to Nia Jax against Cody Rhodes. Nia Jax against Jay Cole, sorry. But during the contract signing with Paul and Rose, Paul ripped out the contract because it said the world title would be in line. They ended up signing a new contract just for the Universal title. I think that's probably for the best, to be honest. Yeah, wouldn't want Cody as a double champion. So yeah, Jax gave a quick interview before heading to the ring for the quarterfinal Queen of the Ring match against Cargo. Jax took control early and took the fight out of the ring. Jax tried to use a chair, but Cargo grabbed it and used it first, getting herself DQ'd in the process. They kept it brawling at ringside, but as the crowd was very cool about it and unhappiest, felt like it was a cheap way to protect Cargo without having her to face Belair. The post match was kind of fun, but everything else was underwhelming to say the least, and yeah, didn't feel like the best way to write Cargo off Queen of the Ring while continuing to make her look strong. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. We then saw DIY in action taking on Angel and Berto, but Theory and Waller sat with the commentary team to watch this action. This was an unannounced match with much of a story behind it, but with the champions ringside, it seems like they wanted to set the winners up as number one contenders. The ref caught Escobar and Lopez Chi and ejected them, but DIY won a moment later when they were halfway up the ramp. This was decent, but nothing to write home about. DIY is a great team that needs more chances to have longer matches to remind everyone how good they are. But yeah, it just kind of felt like this was a relatively basic win for them. So on the whole, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. But I think them potentially facing Theory and Waller and maybe going on to win the belts could be an interesting little story. So yeah, before it's time for this week's main event, Hayes against Orton in the quarterfinal. Hayes had a couple of hype up segments and set up a feud with LA Knight, which could be interesting. But yeah, this was also an intriguing matchup. Paired with a newcomer to the main roster as one of the most tenured performers. The Legend Killer became irate after Hayes smacked him in the back, so he started asserting his dominance and throwing him all over the place. This was an entertaining performance and made Hayes look like a star, but he took one winning chances and gave Orton the RKO win. And I think, yeah, it's a good showcase of Hayes while giving Orton the win, which is probably the direction they wanted to go. And yeah, I think on the whole it was a pretty solid match, and yeah, Orton getting the win is the right decision, but I think Hayes also looks good by having the spotlight with these legends. But overall, SmackDown this week gets 7 out of 10 from me. Once again, I thought a really good show, kind of dominated by the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring action. I think the action in that tournament's been really, really fun so far. So yeah, I really enjoyed it on the whole. And yeah, like I say, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.